spiritual story time with Rose and Jamie? And she's like, yes. And she was already thinking about asking if she could come in and share that book.
Yeah, so cool.
So, and
That's
she went and
awesome.
bought the book that you presented. The universe is listening.
Oh,
She went out and
yeah.
bought it after watching that video.
Oh,
So
cool.
that's our goal here. I always put a link to the book in the video description. So if people want like get something from what you have shared and they want to take it further, then they can go and get the book themselves.
Cool.
Let's go ahead and take a moment to ground ourselves. Maybe close the eyes and let the attention go inward. Feel whatever body parts that are touching the earth. And grow roots down into the earth. Take a deep breath in. And exhale it all out. Cool. And let this message that we send to the world today be received the good of all, the greater good of all, and with loving kindness. All right, we can open the eyes. Hi, I'm Rose Velasco, and this is Spiritual Story Time.
And I'm Jamie Frederick. And today we have a special guest, Michelle Diston, here to share one of her favorite spiritual books with us.
Hi, thank you. It's so great to be here and sharing spiritual stories with each other. The past videos I've been watching of you guys and like everything resonates. I love everything that you've been sharing and talking about. And so immediately I was like, I want to share too.
We're very excited to have you here. What book are you sharing with us today, Michelle?
So I've been really interested in You Are the Medicine by Asha Frost. And she's actually from an area really close to me. So we actually know some of the same people that she's talked about in the book and definitely the same area. And so even each of the moons, like the flower moon, the strawberry moon, the raspberry moon, it's all based on indigenous teachings. And it's all our local area, Ojibwe and Ojibwe teachings. So I love that it's really connecting me to my land and my area and the medicine that's in those teachings. And the medicine that's in us, right? You
Yeah.
are the medicine. We're all the medicine.
Yes.
And once we come to terms and realize that, we learn that we can heal ourselves. And when we heal ourselves, we heal people around us as well, right?
That's really beautiful, Michelle. How did this book come to you?
That's an interesting question. I was actually going to get this book, Earth Medicine by Jamie Sams, because an elder was reading this and recommended it to me. And this one here is also a journey of the 13 moons. There's a reading every day of the 13 moons, and it's got the 13 grandmothers' teachings in there. And so when I was looking that one up, this one just popped right up into my view, and I was like, oh, I need that book. I need that one. I'm like, which one should I get? And I was like, get them both. So I did. I got them both, and I've just been reading this book. And for some reason, I was kind of stuck on this chapter, and every time I would pick it up at night, I'd fall asleep on the same page, same page, same page. And I was stuck in this chapter, and it's been months. And I realized that it's because I needed this chapter to share with you guys, right? Like, so there's a reason why I couldn't get off of it and keep going because it needed to be shared.
I love
Oh, I
that.
love that. I love that too. That's amazing. Thank you so much for, agreeing to come on and share that and for your recognition of it needing to be shared. So there's definitely somebody out there that needs to hear this message. And I'm so honored to have you on Spiritual Storytime with Rose and Jamie to share this message.
Thank you. So shall I start?
Yes.
Okay. So this is chapter 6, the Wewe Skone Gizis, the flower moon. So our fifth moon of creation is the time when the plant world begins to come alive. It is in May when these beings showcase their life-giving nature and allow the world to see them in their fullest expression. During this time, we are asked to move our spiritual purpose into our body and walk the beauty way. We are encouraged to claim the medicine we have come here with and step into our rising. Moon legend, how the flowers began to bloom. In the early days, Creator planted many seeds. One by one, these seeds went into Aki, the Earth Mother. She held them with devotion and love and gathered each seed in her arms. The most magical thing about each seed was that they held their own medicine gifts. Each one carried certain qualities that made them a little bit different from their neighboring seed. Each seed was coated with a unique wisdom expression, aligned with enormous potential. The seeds would cuddle into the warm, nourishing soil that Mother Earth provided. They felt safe and cozy in their seed state, protected from the elements, sheltered from the storms. Days went by, and the seeds remained seeds. Some of the seeds began to wonder if there was anything more to life than staying small and comfortable. They felt this deep calling in their hearts, a longing to grow and evolve, but they didn't know the next step. One morning, the sunflower seed awoke after dreaming. I just had a dream where I was this bold, tall flower. My face looked up to grandfather sun, and I was beautiful and vibrant yellow. The others listened with excitement. Rose Seed chimed in and said they had been having visions of their heart expanding in similar ways. The tulip seeds admitted that they too were feeling inner stirrings of something new, something different. After sharing, they all decided that they would gather their courage to take a new journey. They had always been curious about what was beyond their comfortable space, but had never ventured out. They started to plan to take their journey upward through the soil. Some other seeds heard of their plan, and some decided they wanted to venture out too. Others were quite comfortable staying where they were and shared that they were too afraid of the dangers that might be above. The next day, the journey began. It was more difficult than expected, with twists and turns along the way. There was no clear path and nobody to guide the way. At times, the rain would wash down and they would fall behind. At other times, they would get thrown around by an animal digging. Many times, they felt discouraged and almost gave up. Every day, they built resilience from their struggle. And every day, they rooted down into trust. And they were on the right path. One morning, after journeying all night long, they saw a source of light. They all began to shoot toward it with hope and anticipation. And lo and behold, Grandfather Sun was there to meet them, radiating and illuminating their warmth, heat, and love. The seeds reached toward the sun, and the most magical thing began to happen. Their shells began to crack open, and bit by bit, the tiniest hints of color and vibrancy began to show through. After moving through so much discomfort, the seeds were happy to feel wrapped in safety again. They happily rooted themselves into a spot where they could easily enjoy the sunshine, the rain, and the wind. They celebrated each other as one by one, the seedlings blossomed into beautiful flowers. The flowers acknowledged how far they had come. As they looked back on their journey, they saw that their determination, trust, and heartfelt courage led them to their brilliant becoming. They were so grateful that they had listened to their inner voices and calling, for they were now able to rise into who they were meant to be. So that's the first part of this chapter. The next part is the animal spirit, which is the butterfly, memengwe. And I'll go into that, but there's so much in that part, isn't there?
There's so much in that part. I mean, thinking about the seed, and we're all seeds, and we like live this life and we get compressed trying to fit into what everybody else wants from us or whatever story we're telling ourselves.
We're
And then
numb and stuck into,
yes.
I can't move from this. This is safe, but
Yeah,
I'm
safe
sure
and
Yeah.
there's
cozy,
more, right?
but look at the potential. Look at what could be. Yeah, I love
Yeah.
that.
I really like too how the rooting down and really like the rooting in part and stuff until they were, feeling like it was okay to start reaching up for the sun, because that's basically kind of like what we have to do as humans. We need to root down and feel grounded, and then we can grow.
Yeah.
But without that, we're never going to be, what's the word I'm looking for? Stable in the foundation that we're growing from if we don't root down into something first. So,
Right.
wow.
Absolutely. And that's not the glamorous part, right? The really colorful, beautiful flower that's pointing its face at the sun, that's the part that is the attention getter. But that doesn't even happen without the rooting down. And it's the same for us.
And the twists and the turns that we need to take to get there and to build that resiliency and to build some strength to be able to root down and then take all of that with ease, right?
Yeah.
With ease and grace. And then, wow. Yeah, that's really beautiful. I'm going to have to get this book.
Me too.
Uh,
So I'll go into the next part. So the animal spirit, memengwe. I love that name. My daughter has a friend, sister, her name is Memengwe. So that means butterfly. The animal spirit that best represents the fourth moon is butterfly, or as they are known in Anishinaabe Memengwe, with its brilliant medicine of transformation, rebirth, and flight. Butterfly moves through this moon phase to teach us that we gain resilience, wisdom, and renewed courage through our struggles. Caterpillar trusts in the vision of its medicine and potential. They carry a unique wisdom expression that one day informed their transformation into a winged creature. This moon asks us to reflect on our journeys and see how the struggles and challenges have helped guide our path. These times in our lives are the moments when we evolve deeply, stepping into chrysalises of change. These are the moments when we dissolve the parts that are no longer aligned to become more of who we are meant to be. Just as caterpillar's body must be dissolved to realize their greatest potential in the form of butterfly. Butterfly message. You can transform challenges into beauty. You are naturally gifted with wings to soar. Dissolving old ways leads to new magic. As in our creation stories, beauty is birthed from change. And then it goes into a life of purpose. What is my purpose? What is my true calling? As humans, we have long been conditioned to look outside ourselves for the answers to these questions. We have been taught that the internal wisdom guiding us is not something we can trust. We give our power away to leaders, to partners, to friends, to bosses. We are told by advertising and social media that we are not good enough and need to be fixed, and we believe it. We are bombarded by societal messages that we must strive, achieve, and reach this imaginary status of perfection before we can finally accept ourselves. It blinds us to the medicine we all carry inside us. My clients often have this vision of finally making it to their purpose. So Asha Frost, she has many clients that she's seen. These visions are grand and beautiful. Meeting Oprah, traveling the world as a famous speaker, working remotely from the beach as a digital nomad. Dreaming big is essential, but it takes time for big dreams to manifest. And in the meantime, so many of us begin to feel that the way we are living now is somehow not enough, that we are not enough. The flower moon guides us to our becoming and reminds us that we are blossoming at the pace that is correct for us. I know people who walk into a room and instantly brighten it with their smiles. I am personally inspired by natural storytellers who tell their truth authentically. I know folks whose mere presence brings light to others simply by being true to who they are. My youngest son giggles and our home fills with joy, while my oldest son will share observations that the rest of us do not see. I have a friend whose cooking is filled with so much love that every bite feels healing. These are simple gifts, but they change my life regularly. Owning your medicine and sharing it doesn't have to be complicated. It's the most uncomplicated thing in the world because it is something you have always walked with. It's a burst of energy that has always flowed through you. This energetic signature combines your natural frequency, lived experience, and deep ancestral knowing you've held for lifetimes. So, how do we go about finding this brilliant medicine that is ours alone? Our journey through life's challenges can often reveal aspects of ourselves that have been waiting to be rebirthed. Sometimes the depth of our medicine can be found through pain. This has been the case in my life journey with my physical health. Each flare-up or setback led me to discover the deep medicine that flowed through my blood and bones. As I healed myself, I connected to the ancestral wisdom colonization had closed off to me. Now I see that every flare-up of lupus has taken me to the next level of transformation. Moving through chronic pain has taught me the power of resilience, compassion, and self-love. I have held space for thousands in their suffering because I deeply know what it feels like to hurt. Every step of transmuting my pain into droplets of life has become an ocean of healing for others. You too can rise from the ashes. We all can. This painful, unsettling, transformative part of finding our medicine is reflected in the chrysalis phase of caterpillar's journey. When transformation begins, the chrysalis form breaks down and turns to mush. The breakdown of the chrysalis mirrors our life challenges. That time when everything feels uncertain and impossible, when everything falls apart. But not everything is gone. During the transformation of caterpillar into butterfly, they hold on to their imaginal cells. These latent cells are a blueprint for what they are to become. Butterflies' essential nature. Even when they are a mass of goo, butterfly knows that they will fly one day. And our souls know too. That's what our medicine is. Imaginal cells that understand who we are, even when we don't. This knowledge has been with us since birth. It isn't going anywhere, even as we break down. That's very inspiring. Coming back to the truth of our medicine and the positive impact our presence can have in the world takes healing, commitment, and trust. We must bring awareness to how the world has impacted us, and then bring healing to these pieces of us waiting to be acknowledged and loved. And we must do this by caring for our pain, finding support in therapy, energy work, or community, and offering love to our perfectly imperfect selves. This beautiful wisdom that comes from walking this healing journey through the goo becomes a rooted part of who we are and allows us to serve others with empathy. I like to call that soul gold. And then she has a medicine journey called Soul Gold Retrieval. And we can go into that, but let's talk a little bit about what she was talking about there.
Oh, when you were reading that, I was just thinking about, our thinking mind gets in the way all the time. Oh, I can't do this. Oh, that'll never work. Oh, that's impossible. But if you think about what the caterpillar goes through, the caterpillar goes from having, I don't know how many, but like a lot of legs, right? It goes from having all these legs, and this is how it gets around, to being asked to turn into a bag of liquid and then have two beautiful wings and have never flown before because you got all these legs to get around. Like, that's a big ask. And yet the caterpillar says, yes, what's next? And just does the next step in front of them. And that's all we have to do too. You know, we do get caught up in what's my life purpose, my sole purpose, and thinking that that's supposed to be what we're doing for 40 hours a week. And that's
Right.
not truth. We're doing it all the time. It is showing up authentically and sharing with other people. And you do that all of your waking hours.
In
So
everything you do, yes, in all of your relationships, in all of like in
yeah.
your work, you know, you find that love, you find that soul gold in every, and share your light in everything you do, and it'll guide you
Yes.
to all your next steps, right?
Yeah. All right, ladies, it's starting to rain. So I'm gonna go to a not rainy spot. It was like sunshiny skies whenever we started.
I really love that the this one was about the butterfly. So you were saying that this one was you said we were moving into the animal kingdom next from the seeds. So the butterfly is representing the animal kingdom, or do they go into more animals?
So each moon also has an animal spirit associated with it. So the flower moon, the animal spirit is the butterfly. So
Okay.
in this whole phase, right? And then the next one, in the strawberry moon, the animal spirit is Canada Goose.
Oh, nice. And now, does each moon that they cover also have, you said that you're going to take us through a visualization?
Yeah, we're gonna do the
Does,
soul gold retrieval.
okay. And so does each one of the moons in the book, I'm assuming the moons are the chapters. Do they each have a visualization that comes along with that moon?
They all have there's many. I don't know if they were all just one per chapter. There might have even been two per chapter. And then they have a few journal prompts, medicine reflections. This one here at the end of this chapter was, what are the struggles and challenges you've gone through in your life that have cracked open aspects of your medicine? What is your soul gold, right? So different journal prompts that you can, you know, take what you've read and then reflect on it, and then go into your medicine journey, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Wow. That's a lovely book. I love that. I like that it's interactive like that, that you can, it's asking you questions so that you're not just reading it and then the thoughts are leaving with the page, that you can actually sit and resonate with that and, sit in that little bit of gold there for a minute and then allow it to come out on paper. So, wow,
Yeah.
that's really cool. I like this book a lot. Thank you so much for sharing. I'm looking forward to this visualization that you have to share with
Yeah.
us.
So this is so this is her medicine journey, and this is all Asha Frost. So this one's called Soul Gold Retrieval. And so I'll just get everybody to just kind of find a relaxing position. We'll just get back grounded again, taking a couple nice deep breaths. Completely relaxing. And then our soul gold retrieval. Find a comfortable place to sit or lie down and begin to breathe. Call on the butterfly spirit to lead you through your transformation. As you begin, envision yourself as a caterpillar. You'll see a bright golden door surrounded by rainbow light. And as this caterpillar, you open the door and move through. You feel yourself surrounded by a warm cocoon. In this cocoon, a vision or memory of one of the most challenging events in your life comes forward. You are safe and protected here. There's nothing to fear. As you remember, you begin to unravel, dissolve, and fall apart. You may even feel that energy get heavy. There is a sense of disorientation as you turn into goo. In this state of goo, you carry a set of incredible magical cells. They contain the soul gold that has always been a part of you. Even when you feel like everything around you is dissolving, these cells hold the vision of who you are. The wind begins to blow around you, and there is an activation that happens. Your soul gold is gathered from the path you have walked, the wisdom that you have gained from this lifetime and beyond. And you begin to emerge into a new state of being. Grandfather Sun begins to radiate powerfully over your body, and you are remade with wings. Slowly and gently, you spread those wings. And then you begin to flap them. Soar with your soul gold activated and feel the lightness, the connection, and the spark of your divinity align with your energy. Your soul gold begins to flow out of every pore of your skin. You're radiant. You are the medicine. Gently float back down to earth, back to your path, standing taller and more rooted in all that you are. The journey is complete. Move through the door, breathe yourself back into your space, and at your own pace and time, come back into your room and open your eyes. That just takes you through a little embodiment of that story, and you can.
Yes, that was amazing. And I really love the door. I like visuals and colors and seeing that door and then like the rainbow, radiating out from it. It was like, yes, I want to go through this door.
And then just thinking all the rainbow colors of your wings as you've expanded now into this new light.
Yeah, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. And you know what else came up for me was when we were talking a minute ago about the caterpillar turning into the butterfly. Well, I've always imagined that as a very uncomfortable process, but does it have to be? Like the way you took us through that felt very comfortable and just, natural and easeful. And that is with my own healing, awakening, whatever process, transformation. That is really what I've been trying to bring more in. Like does it have to be hard to
Right.
be big change? No. Can I do this with a little more ease? Yes. And let that come in.
Definitely. I've noticed too lately the difference, like when you can start recognizing that the challenges and struggle are a necessary part of your growth.
Yes.
Now every time something starts coming up and I start feeling that energy shift of wanting to sink into something, sinking into the the victimization of a struggle, right? Well, why is this happening to me? And then you go, whoa, wait, why is this happening for me? And then
Yes.
you can immediately just turn off that energy going, no, I don't need that. I don't need to sync that. I feel it coming. I feel it coming and it's going into a negative state. And then you just go, time out.
Mhm.
And you say, okay, let's think about why that brought you into a negative state in the first place. Like what is it that's pulling you under? And then yeah, you say then it doesn't have to be so hard anymore. It doesn't have to be a struggle or a challenge.
Yeah.
Now it can just be um a problem to solve, just
It's
exercising
just
your problem
another
solving
step in
skills.
your growth, right? Okay, this is happening for me. I just have to figure out how. How is that for me? Yeah,
Yeah,
that
and you
feels
turn it into
very
something
different.
good.
Yep, that feels very different than I can't believe this happened. That's not my fault. I'm the victim, and we get that option with every single challenge that comes up in life. Do I want to choose the path of why it's not fair and whose fault it is, or do I want to choose how is this for me and what am I supposed to be learning so I can move on to the next thing that's more joyful in my life?
Exactly.
Yeah, this was really powerful for me. I felt like when you had mentioned the part about going to the biggest challenge, like I immediately went to my divorce.
Mhm.
And then it sort of dominoed to like three more relationships that were very similarly ending the same way, that had ended the same way. And it was like this pattern, and I was like, I started to just see how after each one, and I was that much freer and that much more able to fly and grow. And each one I emerged like with wings. So
Right.
it was neat because like it wasn't just one challenge in my life. It was this pattern of challenges, and each one I emerged a different butterfly. So
Right. So
that
instead
was
of
just
looking back and saying, oh, poor me, I've gone through so many relationships. Now it's look at the growth I've gotten from each one of those.
Yes.
And
absolutely.
right. And you see that it was meant to be. It had to work that way, even though it probably hurt each time you had to leave those relationships. But
Yeah, and each one I've grown and just stepped more into my worth and everything. So, like, looking forward to giving it another shot sometime in the future, because of all the observations from the past. But I really, really like the analogy of it being, limited with legs, a bunch of legs as a caterpillar, and then having that set of cells, that soul gold that helped me through each one of those challenges and emerge from it, able to fly. So
yeah,
that was beautiful. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, yeah, I forgot all about the part that was like that it was in the DNA all along, right? Like this was always your destiny to be a butterfly and you had everything inside of you. It was just waiting for the time to be right. And that's true for us too. That's nice to think about. That feels good.
yeah. Same with like, yeah, the seeds and the butterfly, like they're never trying to be something they're not. They're
Yes.
following their true path in the timing that is meant for them.
Mhm. And they're not
And sometimes we
criticizing
keep trying to
themselves the
change
whole
that
way.
path for ourselves, right? Like, no, I want to go faster. And then life tells you, no, you're supposed to be here
Yeah.
and allow it. Just go with it.
Yeah, or looking at the flower next to you and saying, "Oh, I should have been a rose instead of a sunflower," right? They don't do that. We do.
Yeah, right.
That's funny. That's so true though, because there is so much of that in the world these days, not happy with where we're at and wanting to be something else. But we're all so unique and also, you know, powerful in our own soul gold.
Soul gold. I like that term. I'm gonna start incorporating that somewhere.
Right? I know it is. It's nice that's our life force, our chief, our chi, right?
Yeah.
Our soul gold, that what we're meant to be.
Or the time that we spend in the goo. You know, sometimes we just got to sit in the goo.
Yeah, yeah. So I wanted to finish off with a small little thing out of the earth medicine.
Yay.
It's a little bit of fun because this one was the 6th moon, 10th day, and that was just a couple days ago. Yeah, 3 days ago. And I just thought, oh, this was just so great to finish off our time together. So, humor. The laughter of happy hearts has healed a world of woes throughout time. Humor is one of the most powerful tools that the Creator has given humankind. The ability to laugh at ourselves has given the human tribe a way to shake off the seriousness that sometimes masks our arrogance and our fear. Indian people have used clowns, sometimes called Heyoka or the Lakota people, or Koshari by the Hopi people, to play harmless jokes on their tribes, so that the laughter can balance the sacredness of a ceremony with joy and irreverence. This ancient custom is one way we can balance the sorrow and seriousness of human life. With the outpouring of belly laughs, nothing can stick that could harm or limit our ability to create. We can change our negative viewpoints in an instant with side-splitting laughter. If you are taking yourself too seriously, you may want to try some Heyoka moon medicine. Go into your backyard at night, drop your drawers, and moon the world.
I love that. I'm going to do that Friday at the full moon.
Yeah, this is my moon medicine.
Thank you
that's-
so much for sharing that.
Yeah. Laughter. Laughter is the best medicine, right? That's
It is.
and that's real. And there's, lots of scientific stuff to prove that. But you don't have to get all sciencey and serious. You can just go laugh and pull your pants down in your backyard, apparently.
Yeah, what a great share. Thanks for bringing that book along too.
It did. It changed my day that when I read that one.
That's great. Well, it's been such a great share. Thank you so much for being with us, Michelle.
It was so fun. Thank you for having me. I'm so glad we got to do this, and I look forward to your next spiritual story times with everyone and just seeing what people are reading and experiencing and growing together, right?
That's right.
Well, I guess we'll go ahead and sign off now. So thank you everybody for watching and joining us. Please do like, subscribe, and most importantly, share, because you never know who could benefit from the messages on Spiritual Storytime with Rose and Jamie. Thanks for being here.
Thank you. Thank you, Michelle, for being here.
That was so cool.